Hey guys, so this time we're going to start the year building a simple desktop application using Electron, HTML, CSS and plain JavaScript. So as always, when we create something with a new technology that we don't have in the channel, we just create a simple weather application. Okay, so let's say Cancun, we hit enter. And if we go down here, okay, it shows us the weather, so we can say let's say Merida, okay, Merida, Mexico. So you can see that this is going to change. So also you can see that this is running as a native desktop application, so we can reload. And we have some features here that we're not going to worry about this in this video, or rather in this project. So we're just going to focus on how to build this, and once we start with another bigger application, we're going to see how we can change the navigation and add more things into this. So let's close this. So this is going to end once we close that window. So let's check this out. I have already the code open, so we're going to build this from scratch, of course. I'm kind of rusty with this since I haven't done this in a while. So we need to create a new folder. Let's do it. So we're going to call it Electron Weather. Electron Weather, something like that. Let's move this so you can see that. Okay, and here inside we need to add a new Node.js application. Okay, so let's go to the browser and you can go to nodejs.org. I have this in English, that's why this is showing. So you just download. I'm using version 13.2, I think. You can download the 12.14 LTS or you know, any of these two that you want. Just download them, install them. It downloads a simple MSI installer, so you just need to click next, 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 next. It adds the configuration already in the window path. So that's all about that. And after that, we will need to install Electron. So let's just minimize this and say, let's say git bash here and npm init -y. Okay, it creates the name, version description and all that for the project. So we can actually, no, let's keep this open. So what we need to do now is to come here to electron.org. You can see this here. I'm using a new keyboard and a new mouse, so I still need to get used to this. I've been playing with those, but it's a gaming mouse, so I'm not that used to how to use it. It's a little bigger than what I'm used, but well, let's paste it. So is this one npm install development into development the Electron latest? So is this one the first one? Okay, you can use the beta, but just use the first one. Okay, and we install it. So we will need to wait until this is done. So if this doesn't take much, then I'm going to move it there. And what I'm going to do now is to create the structure. Let me minimize. Okay, let me keep that open. So we're going to create a structure that this project is going to have. So let's create a new folder, call it source. Okay, inside that source, we're going to create a new folder called public. In this case, we're going to add another folder that is called views, and inside here we're going to create a new text document that is index.js. So this is the main file. Now everything should be fine. So forgot inside public, let's add images, a new folder, and let's add already the functions. I'm going to call it functions.js. So just follow this, and we're going to see how this is structured once the installation is done and once we can see this inside VS Code. So that should be it. Also inside views we need to add a new HTML that is going to be our index.html. Let's hit enter. Nice. So how this is? Okay, this is already installed. 85 packages from 91 contributors, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so that is done, and we can open this inside code because we will need to do some changes inside this. So let me just minimize the rest of the things that I have, and we have this open. It opens on my other window for some reason. And so this index that we can see here, let me just minimize all the crap that I have. Okay, is where we're going to add all the Electron things that is going to open our window, okay, or desktop window. So we need to do something first that is inside package.json. I'm going to type it because that's the best thing to do. Start. We're going to add a new script. So this one is going to use Electron that is already installed, source, and it's going to open the index.js. So let's save that. What it's going to do is that it's going to go into source and open. You can see the package.json is outside, so we can see this better inside. No, inside this one. Here is the package.json, so it's going to go into source and use the index.js. That is the file that I show you that is going to open a new window. Okay, so so if I run this right away, this is not going to npm start because we don't have anything inside the index. Or let's see. Yeah, it's running, but since we didn't tell Electron to open a new window, then it's just stuck. So I'm going to install also another package that is going to be, just let me take a look at my notes. Okay, Electron Reload. Nope, Reload. Some keys are kind of hard in this keyboard, I don't know. Okay, Electron Reload. So you can see the npm page. Copy this, or just click that and paste it and install it. So this is going to allow us to reload the Electron application once we are developing the features inside it. So we need to wait for this to finish. Okay, that's actually pretty fast. Nice. So we can close this, and what we need to do here is to start with the development of Electron. So we're going to do this. Okay, that is going to create a new desktop window, but right now it's only going to show a blank screen just to let us know that everything is working. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to say constant app and browser window. I haven't done this in a while, you know, like well, I recorded something last week, I think. I can remember. So constant app and browser window are going to be required from Electron. Okay, so just do it like that. Now we need the constant. So this is actually an Node.js application. Okay, so we can reach Node.js packages. So we can require URL and constant path is going to be equals to require path. So let's add a semicolon there. Now, so this is going to be the Electron Reload. So if the process env that not, this is all caps, not env, if we are in production, of if we are not, sorry, it's not like that, in production, then we're going to require Electron Reload and no, it's not here, it's here. Using the dir name, we add a comma there and we add an object. It's going to contain the electron property with the path on which our electron installation is well, is sitting. So we use the dir name and we need to use the not modules because it's inside that not underscore modules. This could change. This is version 7, I think. So let's see how this works. This should work because I already did that in the version 7. But sometimes this path changes. Sometimes it uses the dot, sometimes it doesn't, or uses another folder. I'm sorry, not it always uses the that bin, but sometimes it's inside another folder. So you need to check for that. And no, sorry, it's not that. What the hell am I saying? No, sorry, it's the command. It's the CMD. Sometimes it's using that CMD, and sometimes it's using another extension from Electron. So you need to be aware of that. Okay, sorry if that confused you. It's not about the that bin or the node modules. It's about the Electron, that CMD. Okay, you can look for that in Stack Overflow. Sometimes that happens. I think they fixed it because some versions of the Electron used another, you could call that using, for example, removing this Electron. But in this version, and I think version 6, you need to use the .cmd. So that was the problem, not the .bin or anything else. Sorry about that. So we're going to create a new variable called main win constant create window equals, okay. So if you follow all my JavaScript, I think I only have one, but usually also in React I usually do this in order to create my functions. I create a constant, then add the name of that, okay, the name I want to give it, that is create window, and just use this arrow function. So this is how I create all my functions. Main win. Okay, so we're going to use the main win that we have in line 12. It's going to be equals to new browser window, and here sometimes you as I read, because I had some issues. Remember that I had some issues several months ago that I was going to add something about Electron. It was because how things change between version, I think was 5 or 4 into the version that I was using, that was 6, and also because Firebase has some conflicts with Electron. So sometimes if you have some problems, they will tell you to disable this. I mean, to set it to false, but right now we're going to set it to true. Okay, to integrate node. Now we're going to add the width. That is going to be 1200 pixels. We're going to add the height. So these are the configurations for the window. 600 pixels of height. You don't need to add the pixels, you know, the px after the number. We can add a background color. So let's add that. FF. Okay, so this is white. You can add the color that you want. Icon. So this is in case you have an icon that you want to use. So let's add backticks and save file. So this is going to use the file protocol in order to search for that, and we're going to add the dir name into this. So it's going to look for the public folder that we created, public, and it's going to go into images if you want to add it there, and I don't know the name of the logo.png. Okay, so there is where you are going to add your logo. So you can see this is practically pretty easy. It's just plain JavaScript. Now inside this, still, we're going to say main window, main win that load URL. We're going to tell it what to load. So it's going to be URL.format. Also, sometimes you will see this, okay, and sometimes you will see a different way of doing this, but this is the recommended using the format path name. So it's going to be path.join. So we're going to look for this directory, and we're going to look for the views folder that we created, and we want the index.html. So this is the main window that is going to be opened. Okay, no, it's just a comma there because this is an object. We're going to use a protocol that of course is going to be the file protocol, and we're going to use slashes because we need them. In this project, we actually don't need this, okay, but we will need these slashes in order to reference something from the URL later in another project, because I already have that. I did the more complex project before, and I was going to add that, but since we didn't have anything from Electron or using Electron, let's add a simple application that you can use, that you can create and get familiar with how to create the windows and all that. Okay, right now it's only going to be a window, as you saw, just one window, but if you want to create other windows, it's a similar way. So after this, we're going to say main win that on. So on closed, another function. Okay, main win is going to be equals to null. So when we close this window, we're going to set the reference inside memory to be null, and we're going to quit the application. So it's going to quit the process, okay? And so far so good. So this is this should work. Now we're going to listen for the on event, for the ready event using the on method, and this is an async function. Await create window. So this create window is what we have inside the line 14. Okay, so this is the function that is going to run when the application is ready. Okay, so let's take a look at this, and let's say npm start, and let's see if this works. Okay, you can see that now it doesn't get stuck there. It adds or creates a new instance of this Electron application. This is a new window, and we by default have some functionality. Okay, we can exit, and it's going to close the process. Okay, so I'm going to leave this here so we can continue now building the application, the JavaScript and the HTML in the other video. Okay, so see you in the next one.